Scorpio.
Hello Scorpio, this is your forecast for July 2015, and the month is starting off with a big kiss from the universe, and that is Venus and Jupiter. They're conjunct, doing the dance. Venus is love, it's romance, it's also money though, and Jupiter will expand upon whatever it touches, so it's going to be expanding your romantic life. It may be expanding your financial life. Now, where are they found in your chart? Right now here, beginning of the month, they're in Leo, so it's something that's really playful. It's something that you can add to your sense and feeling of dignity and self-worth. You know how the Leos love to carry it here on the outside. So you're going to be able to really show this out to the world. But it may come through the area also of something that you've been working for. Why? Well, they're showing up here in the 10th house for career. So some of you might land a huge contract. Some of you might be completing perhaps something huge that you have been working on, and now coming in with something new behind it. So whatever it is there for you though, and maybe some of you might even fall in love with somebody in the workplace, who knows, right? But to add to this mix, on the 1st we have the full moon. July 1st as well, and it is 9 degrees there in Capricorn, which will be in your 3rd house for communication. So you could see this full moon is going to illuminate something through communication as Venus and Jupiter are going to open up, or should I say wrap up this package for you. And it's quite intense, all of this joy, because this full moon, within hours of it turning full, it's going to pass over the degree of Pluto. Pluto, which is that pivotal point of endings and new beginnings. So you're going to feel that whatever new is being given to you today, it's definitely having this transformative energy within you, where you're going to feel like, there's healing in this message. To make it even better though, the sun, which is the essence of you, is also trending off on Neptune, which is your hopes and dreams, something that you've been envisioning, wanting, longing for perhaps even too. And Neptune being in your 5th house of creativity. For those of you, Scorpio, that has been wanting to have more time to yourselves, to be able to go off and be creative, maybe this is going to allow you to do exactly that. Neptune has been calling you, your sense of creativity, whether it's painting, sculpting, dancing, music, whatever it is for you, it's wanting to express. For others, it's your spirituality, which Neptune also represents. Maybe you've been longing for more time to deepen into these areas and spend time with it. Well, maybe now, with whatever is opening up for you, is going to allow you time to do this. On the 2nd, we got Mercury. Here's sextiling Uranus, and we have a lot of Mercury going on in these very first few days. Mercury's communication. It's also the harbinger of news, and Uranus here is in your, let me check, your 6th house. So I'm feeling whatever it is you're going to be hearing, it's going to be either in the area from your coworkers. It could also be in the area of you now just being able to look at how you can set up your day-to-day routine, maybe with whatever changes are going on there in your career house. And Uranus will always liberate. It frees up any restrictions. So on the 4th, more news coming in. Mercury now sextiling with Jupiter. So whatever that good news was on the 1st, here on the 4th, there's more insight. I see these talks or communications, or maybe it's also paperwork. Mercury does rule that as well, maybe coming in here. Also on the 5th, Mercury again with Venus. So paperwork, talks with love, romance, or also money, security coming in. That's going to actually be like this cosmic gift. Maybe you have something saved up in your cosmic bank, Scorpio, that might just drop upon you, and that would be awesome. Now the sun, which is you, it's in the 9th house for travel, long distance travel. So some of you might even be out and about here by the 6th. The 9th house is also higher understanding and spiritual development, wanting to seek truths and so forth. So it's in the house of Jupiter, so it loves being here because fire and fire really works well together. And of course you have Mars there as well. On the 8th you have Mars in this area of long distance travel or interconnecting with foreign people and places. It is trining here off on Neptune in that 6th house. So, no, excuse me, Neptune in your 5th house. So with children, this is a great time to spend with your children on the 8th. Mars is showing that you're giving out extra physical energy, so there should be some interaction here. But Mars is also triggering that spiritual point where you're feeling something is coming together, which is going to allow you to relax as far as your own self-expression, your own creativity. And it's also romantic because why? Neptune is always that higher octave of Venus. So when Mars comes in with a trine, well, it's a romantic day there on the 8th as well. Now, the 10th through the 15th is a totally different animal, okay? So the month starts really well, and that's laying as a foundation here for you. But here comes work. After the 10th, you're going to have to catch up on certain things. It's all about now not just getting your ducks in a row, but I feel if whatever new was given to you earlier in the month, now you're having to embed it, all right? Create those changes to make it fit. So when we have squares and oppositions, some people call it crisis aspects. I see it as more as dynamic aspects, because when we only have trines and sextiles, we don't feel like doing much at all. We just want to lay back with our pina colada, right? But here, now we're doing. Especially when the sun here with Uranus is going to have to look at your daily routine. What is it you want to change up here? These, should I say, situations early in the month, how is this going to fit into and embed itself in your day-to-day life and routine? Venus is going to be asked by Saturn, well, how do you want your values to be shared? How do you want to secure them? Venus being money and Saturn being what's trying to look out for you and secure your things really, really well. Well, the square there could be that you need to look into, especially because you have your Saturn here in the 1st house. So it concerns you, and it's how you're going to be working in the future. So maybe you need to talk to an accountant or a CPA or something, or at least just take some time before you shunt ahead to make any big major financial situations. But these are fast moving aspects. On the 15th, Mars, which is in that 9th house, is now going to be opposing Pluto. Now, we had the full moon opposing Pluto on the 1st. We had the sun opposing Pluto there on the 6th. Now we have Mars opposing Pluto on the 15th. So we can see there's going to be some run-ins throughout the month, which is going to allow us to really look at how to integrate. That's what it's all about, giving room for both. It's not either or, because then we have a power game going on, or a power struggle if you involve anybody else into this decision. And we want to avoid that. You want to look at how can this benefit both. It's all about finding that midpoint. If you can do that, you're on a very, very good path. And by the 21st, I think you will have found your action, should I say, or decision. So it's not really a time to rush ahead between the 13th, 14th, and 15th. By the 21st, the sun, your essence, and Saturn, which is your structure, your guardian angels looking out for your security, will have found a harmonious solution to this decision. And you're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel actually really great about it. Now, there might be some opposition coming from it there on the 25th. Again, a little power play. That's Mars and Uranus. They're at square. So Mars wants to go in one direction, Uranus wants to do something else. But just hang in there and you'll see what's coming from it. Actually, what it can do also, as Uranus liberates, right, and Mars is wanting to move in a certain direction, I'm feeling that the liberation is more you now wanting to free yourself from certain routines that have just been hogging your time. I feel for so many of you Scorpions right now, time is such a commodity that you just don't have enough of, or haven't had enough of. So you're hungry to create space and room here for you. And I think that is the crux of the matter here. What is really nice about that is by the 25th, Venus, which has moved out of your career house on the 18th, out of your 10th house, moving into that 11th house of social activity and networking, spending time with your friends, reaching for hopes and dreams, it will retrograde back into your 10th house. So there's something to be wrapped up. Maybe you felt like, oh, you just want to get out of what it is you've been working on, but it's going to hone you back in so you can wrap up all these loose ends and get that done, and then you'll be moving forward. But more about that here. That's probably a little bit later down, end of August or coming into September. I don't have the numbers with me right here now. But here, after the 18th, when it's out of the playful Leo, it's going to move into Virgo. And so you're going to see the second half of the month here being a little bit more, should I say, paying attention to details, catching up on friends, maybe a lot of more networking, maybe more texting, and staying connected with friends, because Venus loves to be in this area. And yes, it is the house of friendships, and then of course Virgo wanting to be correct with everything. So that's going to be the time to catch up for you. So as you can see, this is what we have. We got 3 moons this month, the 1st, the 15th, 31st. Those are going to be a highlight here for you, Scorpio. And so I wish you a beautiful month, and I'll see you there in August. Bye now.